Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. If you're new, I've been a musician for over half my life, and I listen to video game music as a career. And today is no different. I will be doing a big request. Also, Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a while. This is What Angel Wakes Me, aka Titania's theme. This has been requested since the dawn of time. But I would like to give a shout out to Justin, Shawn, Darkreddragon 77 Lucifer, and Leafe. Also, I should mention that I'm also doing the live version from FanFest, and that was requested by Volkamenia. So, strap in. There is something special about this song that I'm not going to mention until later, but it has me curious, so let's do that. Without further ado, this is What Angel Wakes Me from Final Fantasy XIV. Let's go. I love her design. Her outfit is amazing. Looks like a peacock butterfly thing. Oh, she's huge. Oh, this is the chorus section. That bass is so gnarly in the background. Oh my god. Whoa. Setting totally changed. So she seems to be very nature-based. That keyboard sounds so good. Next, Digital Fan Fests. While Angel Wakes Me. Boom. Hey, there he is. The man himself. I am dying to hear this live. Ooh.
Dancing on the wind, up and down again, round and round the bend, fa la 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 la. From a flowery bed to the clouds ascend, tumble down again, fa la 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 la. Yet with each descent, do we rise again to our heart's content, fa la 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 la.
Is Jesse in love?
For a day and then we'll begin again, fa la 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 la. Till down turn the sky, wanted quiet, wanton sight.
Oh my god. Who is this? And does she like guitar players?
Dancing on the wind, up and down again, round and round the bend, fa la 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 la. From a flowery bed to the clouds ascend, tumble down again, fa la 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 la.
I forgot what I was watching. Wait,
Fly away, my friend, for a day and then we'll begin again, fa la 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 la. Still down turn the skies, gentle song, gently wandering along in the night. Joyous cries ring free. La 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 la, lying lost in thought. Do you let me not follow these petals cast aloft? La 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 la. Will you, when I'm gone, remember me? Ring a ling a ling. Love is in the spring. How the garden sing. Evergreen spirits lush we bring. Ring a ling a ling. Braving anything together we. La 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 la. Learn to play our part. Navigate the tide. Up we reach. Catch a falling star. La 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 la. Lock it in our hearts eternally. Ring a ling, flying without wings, kites without a string. Loop and leap to these clouds we cling. Ring a ling, for we'll all be kings tomorrow. Autumn's whisper soaring high, la 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 la, by baby's breath and butterfly.
Bro, this is so impressive. I don't even know where to start.
Summer child with heavy eyes, la 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 la, by come our lonely angel, thy singing our sweet lullaby. Time wilts and fades, lost or lost in the rain, bows to the blade till the spring calls again. Dancing on the wind, up and down again, round and round the bend, fa la 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 la. From a flowery bed to the clouds ascend, tumble down again, fa la 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 la. Yet with each
Oh, the piano player too. How do we look together?
Till down turn the sky, wanted quiet, wanton silence, for long do we lie, wondering when will be. La 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 la, lying lost in thought. Do you love me not? Follow these petals cast aloft. La 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 la, will you, when I'm gone, remember me? Ring a ling a ling, love is in the spring. How the garden sing, evergreen spirits lush we bring. Ring a ling, braving anything together we. La 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 la, learn to play our part, navigate the dark. Up we reach, catch a falling star. La 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 la, lock it in our hearts eternally. Ring a ling, flying without wings, kites without a string. Loop and a leap to these crowns we cling. Ring a ling, for we'll all be kings tomorrow. Autumn's whisper soaring high, la 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 la, by baby's breath and butterfly singing our sweet lullaby. Summer child with heavy eyes, la 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 la, by come our lonely angel, lullaby. Time wilts and fades, lost or lost in the rain. Bows to the blade till the spring calls again. Time wilts and fades, lost or lost in the rain. Bows to the blade till the spring calls again.
Don't look at me like that. I can feel you guys looking. Don't look at me like that. What angel wakes me? Titania's theme. Well, I gotta start somewhere. So, I'm gonna save the best point for last. So, a little bit of a cliffhanger. I'm sorry about that. I'll circle that. So, let's talk about the first one. I guess the OST version. That obviously had a different vocal style. It was very almost ASMR. To do vocals like that, you don't really even have to know how to sing per se. You just have to be able to control your breath and be comfortable, like, you know, in front of a microphone that close, because it's very breathy. So that was interesting, but it was still melodic. It was very catchy. The chorus part was very catchy. There were some pretty damn good bass in that one as well. I just thought I should mention that. Nothing too wild, but it was still really good. Here's a random, vivid imagination that I had. But there's a reason I had this imagination. It wasn't just random. Obviously, I was looking at the scenery. It was very green and, you know, nature. This is just how my mind goes. But for some reason, I pictured... Since the vocal style was so unique, as far as Final Fantasy XIV goes, I really pictured, you know, like a young girl just like in a flower field, and the reason she's singing like that is because like she was like talking to them, like she would pick random like flowers and just start speaking to them, kind of like Alice in Wonderland sort of. I don't know how my mind's going there, but I just kept, you know, like just da 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 talking like this to like little, just like, you know, having as a kid, just enjoying their time. That's why I saw that working, like the styles of the vocals plus the scenery. It kind of just, I just kept seeing like, you know, fields of flowers and like just, you know, a kid playing in them. So that's one thing. Very different as far as 14 goes. It almost had like a little bit of a beat to it. But it just shows you that the composers are just kind of willing to take all the risks there is. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to butcher this, and I'm sorry, I could just Google it, but I am lazy. But that reminded me a little bit. I believe it's a Japanese singer. You guys may know who I'm talking about. I think her name is Kiari? Pamu something? But it reminded me of the song, I think it's called Ninja Rebang Bang. Which is a great song, by the way, and it'll get stuck in your head immediately. But it reminded me of that. So that was the first song. Part 2, the live version. What is this? Digital Fan Fest. You know, at first I was gonna say, I'm thinking now it's intentional now that I think about it. At first I was gonna say, is it just me, or does she look like Poison Ivy from Batman? And then I thought to myself immediately, what is Poison Ivy? Vines, trees, nature, evil, You know what I mean? Like, I was like, is she supposed to look like Poison Ivy? Because that couldn't be any more fitting. So there's that. Also, I've had a crush on Poison Ivy since I was a kid, so that kind of didn't help anything. I'm guessing this is Amanda. This is Kiko and Amanda Keenan. I'm going to assume, please correct me if I'm wrong, that I've heard one song with Amanda as vocals. I think. And it didn't sound anything like that. This was super impressive because she took the vocal stuff from the first one, which is very up close and, breathy, to a live performance that's really fast. Those are really fast vocals. That's hard to do without losing your breath. So that's all diaphragm. She's working all that. And damn, that's impressive. And not only that, speaking of performance, look at her. She was performing. She wasn't just singing. She was all elaborate, doing all the gestures, and that was just so impressive, not to mention the piano. Out of control talent. But that brings me to the actual final piece, which some of you may be surprised at, including myself. When I told people that I was going to do this song soon, I had a handful of people say, hey, you may not like this song. Which, for a lot of people, that seems to be an event that a lot of people are waiting for, the day that I don't like a song as a reaction. I can tell you now, today's not that day. Sorry. There's no way. I could see, though, why some people maybe don't like it. I could see it maybe if it loops a lot, it could get kind of, just too repetitive. It's a little too unique. Have you guys noticed that if something's too unique, you can't have too much of it? So it goes the same here. For example, just out of nowhere, I love Fig Newtons, right? They're very unique. But I can't eat Fig Newtons over and over and over on loop. It'll get boring. So I could kind of see how it can be not favored over others. But I will say, this is why I don't like having context, or I actually don't even like knowing anything. When people are like, oh, you may not like it, or it sounds like this. I prefer not to know anything. Just don't even tell me anything. Because it plants a tiny little seed. I do my best to ignore it. It doesn't happen often, but it plants a little seed that gives me a slight expectation of what to expect. So now, for that first, at least for the first half, there was a little part of my brain that was like, oh yeah, remember people said you may not like this. And I don't want to think that. I don't want anything influencing me. I'm not trying to sound mean, but you know what I'm saying? I want just the organic, reaction to it. Which it was, But by the time the second one rolled around, I completely forgot about all that. I didn't even care anymore. I just phased it out. I was just so impressed by this queen and the piano queen. And that song is actually very, very impressive. So, no, today is not the day I'm not going to not like a song. That was really impressive. And more impressive done live. What are your thoughts with this song? How do you feel about it? Is it or maybe just out of context, maybe the songs leading up to it are different, or the songs after it are different, and maybe that's why it's so jarring. I'm gonna guess that's the word that most people associate it with. It's just jarring. Maybe it comes out of nowhere. I'm thinking too much. Anywho, thank you to all the requesters. There was a lot of you. Titania's theme. I loved her outfit though. Not her, well, her too. But the whole butterfly thing, that was cool. Yeah, that was great. That one's gonna stick with me because it was so different. Even though 14 does a lot of different things, this one kind of had its own avenue. So maybe I even gave you some insight as to maybe looking at it a different way. And maybe you like it now, who knows? I know that happened with Primogenitor. I did that and people were like, you know what? I used to not like this song. But thanks to you. Hey, you guys like what you like. I'm just giving you an outside perspective from someone who knows nothing. of this series, besides that it's called Final Fantasy, and it's the 14th installment. So that's all I got for you. I love this song. I'm not gonna hear it every day all the time, but I love this song. I'm comfortable saying that. Also, if she ever watches this video, I play guitar. If you would like to get your request in, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are cool, neither are necessary, but the guarantee that I will check out your song, I promise. Just make sure it is VGM OST, please. No covers, no anime, no renditions, no remixes, etc., etc. Most people are good about it, but I still have to mention it because I get questions, Hey, are you sure you don't? Yes, I'm sure. So, man, that being said, 14 community, I've missed you. It's been a while. And, here's to more. I hope you're all enjoying Endwalker and all that good stuff. I still don't even know what that is. I think it's an expansion. That's how much I don't know and I don't pay attention. But that's neither here nor there. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I will see you later. Take it easy.